they market this as ChatGPT 3 and GPT-4 is going to be coming out. It sounds a lot like a product to me, which means, obviously right now we're on the forefront of it. There's a lot of hype still to be generated. But obviously this is going to be a product that is on the shelf for some big player out there in the future. And with that comes a price tag. I'm kind of wondering, do y'all have any idea what, the pricing is going to be? Not necessarily just right now, but, do you see any kind of pay model that may start emerging with tools like this?
Yeah, I think the one of as you mentioned, as of right now at this recording, that's they have there seems to be a promise that there will always be a free tier with its own limitations to how busy the platform can get, how quickly it might return results, and I really how reliable the platform will be, not by the quality of what's returned, but by the up and down, the nature of heavily access resources. So they are talking about a pricing tier, and I saw $20 a month being thrown out. I mean, every person is up to their own. It'll be interesting to see how companies want to subsidize this for their developers. If people will just be doing it themselves, maybe even uh, because they feel like they are even embarrassed to use it, which they shouldn't, because it's just another tool in your toolkit
Mhm.
to help you do your job better and more effectively. So I think a lot of people will sign up for it because kind of starting out, I don't know if we covered this in this call, but just no one's get left behind, right? So and that's what I think spurred a lot of this discussion that we're having right now is maybe I should take a look at that. It's not just the fact that it's in the TikToks, it's on the Twitters, it's on YouTube, it's everywhere. It's because we realize it could be a very valuable tool.
Mhm. And I really think the one thing that I just can't get over is the scope of how useful it can be for so many fields. I mean, um, going back to the point and kind of fusing it with that one, as a product, companies are paying for tools like Visio for all of their users. Chances are you only need to use Visio once to maybe 3 times a month when you're presenting some type of tools, at least for technical people like us. But there are other people out there that need to use it for, general planning or project management. And one thing that I think is really cool about ChatGPT in terms of being a product that potentially organizations will be able to pay for all of their users is that it's not just for the technical people. I mean, for example, there's a lot of people talking about generating copy using the tool, or coming up with ideas for party planning is another thing that I've even seen. It's just a great way to help you think outside of the box without having to have another person there, which I don't think enough people see the value in or really talk about enough. I mean, there's a lot of language and influencers out there who like to talk about thinking outside the box, but a lot of people don't really know what that means when put into practice. And I think we'll at least, see a skill set come to emerge that leverages ChatGPT in a way to help you just break your typical patterns of thinking. And I think that's really invaluable in not only technical fields, but a lot of practical fields out there as well.
Yeah, and I do agree with that too. I think in general, businesses have a vested interest in kind of looking into leveraging this as a tool moving forward, and just not just like you said for technical teams, but kind of across the business as a whole. I guess the only caveat I would kind of say with that is in the current form, it's not necessarily super reliable. I think we kind of saw that in the demo. And a big reason is because even on the website, it gives you a warning saying like this data may be inaccurate or insufficient, or and sometimes I've read a few blogs where people were saying that ChatGPT just makes up stuff out of nowhere when it doesn't know the answer. So you have to kind of do it, with that little caveat. So when you do use that in a commercial setting or for your own like technical use in code, for our example, it does necessitate some domain knowledge so you can know, that it is accurate.